Scott, is this the Xbox Series X Pro? Let's talk about it, because new Xbox dev kit rated in South Korea. Mike Straw over at Insider Gaming. New Xbox dev kit has been rated in South Korea. First found and reported by Xbox News for Koreans, this new Xbox dev kit was approved on Monday, March 18th. Just yesterday, Scott, with a model number of 2089. This first kit, manufactured in China and Vietnam, quote, under the laws of Korea, all electronic devices in Korea must be certified by the National Radio Research Agency that there is no risk of harming the radio wave environment. End quote. That's the first one for me. Xbox News for Koreans posted, quote, without getting certified, you can't use the device in Korea, end quote. With approval from the agency, the device is now able to be used in the country and is likely to be distributed to game developers in Korea soon. Whether this is the next-gen Xbox or the long-rumored mid-gen refresh of the console remains to be seen. However, it is further proof that notion made by Microsoft that the Xbox Series X and S consoles weren't going to be the company's last systems. The latest Xbox console rumors have centered around an all-digital, all-white Xbox Series X set to launch this summer. Microsoft, however, have yet to comment on the rumors or respond to multiple requests for the comment on the system. No surprise there. For what it's worth, the Xbox Series X and S dev kits were rated in South Korea in June 2020, ahead of the console's November 2020 launch. Scott, sounds like we are just moments away from a new Xbox console, buddy. Going head-to-head with whatever PlayStation's up to with the PlayStation 5 Pro.
Yeah, that is the question. Is this a mid-gen refresh, or is this Xbox trying to slide out ahead and get the next-gen console out a couple of years or a year early? Ooh. I think we're way too early to be talking about the actual end of the console generation at this moment.
Yeah.
But you have to think about the future. What is Xbox doing? We did have Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond talking about how the next console is going to be groundbreaking, the revolution,
right,
as it were. So I'm wondering if this is the effort to try and get ahead.
Could you imagine they come out first? Ahead of PlayStation?
I think the last time that happened was PlayStation 3 and Xbox era, right? And I think Xbox has been out, or 360, I mean.
Yeah.
I think the 360 was out a year ahead of time.
It was, yeah. So a lot of people jumped on it.
Yeah, that was a big subject of the console wars when I was in school.
That's an interesting move. Do you think it... What are the likelihood is it's just not being the Pro version of the Series X and S, or even just the all-digital version of the Series X and S? Like, I think that's more likely, don't you?
It does make a lot of sense to be that way, but if this is going to have a different SKU, a dev kit, is this going to have different specs just as part of its existence? Because otherwise, would you need a different dev kit?
Okay, so this is interesting. So this creates a very interesting conversation to think of them going all the way back to the 360 era, right? And coming out first with a brand new console. PlayStation gonna come out with a PlayStation 5 Pro. Not PS6, but PS5 Pro. Where Xbox, on the other hand, could potentially just go, we're coming out with the next console. Man,
what are they going to name that thing?
Oh, I'm terrified, honestly. I'm so scared to see what they call the next console. But at the same time,
I think it has to be the next box.
Let's not do that. But here's if they do this, because if we take a look at what Phil Spencer said in the past, dude, they're losing. How do you step that up and come up ahead? Dude, you launch a brand new console, which then launches with Fable, Perfect Dark, Everwild. Think about this, right? Think about the opportunity that these games, because we haven't heard of. Where's Everwild? Yo, we know Rare's got Sea of Thieves, and Rare has Everwild. It came to light and then vanished. Weird. However, moving forward, Xbox says you can play everything we put out anywhere you want, right? So, if you come out with the next generation of whatever Xbox brings to the table, where you can get the best features for Fable, the long-time hungry fans want another Fable. Dude, I'm all in for Fable. You're all in for Fable. So many people we talk to are like, yo, where's this Fable game at? Give it to me, right? Like, let's go. Everybody's wondering where's Perfect Dark at. Yo, let's go. What if they give us a Gear 6?
Yes.
Next-gen console drops. Dude, you come out swinging. How do you flip the tides on PlayStation? especially in a year right now when PlayStation has nothing. What if they announced this at the Xbox Showcase this summer?
That's what I'm thinking, and I think this is getting back to what Sarah Bond had said specifically about this next console being the biggest revolution. What I interpret that to be, it might line up with this, and I think this is the Series Y. We'll say the mobile. I've got a few more of those left in my head. Don't worry. I think this might be the mobile version of an Xbox, because that would be the revolution. You get that console experience, that console level. But this is, it's Steam that's kind of led that revolution, and Nintendo kind of laid the groundwork for it. But
For sure.
if we get into that, I think that's the idea of getting ahead of Sony in the console race, the console wars, as it were. I think is to get a mobile platform out. Yeah. Because a lot of the research that I've seen, and I was just reading up on this last night, a lot of Gen Z, those younger than me, I forget what years they'll start off with, but supposedly that generation, when polled, is not about consoles. They don't care. It's about PC, it's about mobile, it's about what your phone can play. They don't really care about console. It's an antiquated idea, which is strange. I feel my gray hairs coming in, but at the same time, this would get an Xbox branded tablet, we'll say, into the hands of that whole generation, and that's where the money is going to come from. Millennials, we're all looking at how we're not going to afford a house next, so our dollars, our expendable income is much lower.
It's very interesting to think of maybe Xbox going handheld, right? Dude, at the end of the day, though, I want to be on my couch in front of my big screen TV. Like, that's where I want to be, right? That's where I enjoy gaming the most. Here's what I was doing last night, though. You ready? Ooh. Thanks to our friends over at PlayStation. They hooked us up with MLB The Show. I crawl up into bed last night. I grab my Portal. I play on the show, and away we go. Right? I'm just sitting there. I'm crushing some balls. I'm working on my Road to the Show playthrough right now, building my character, customize all that, set it all up, get in, start playing, and I'm going, is the timing off? Right? Because it is a stream, and I use the meter. I'm the old school. I've always used the meter, and one of these days I'll maybe just branch away from it. I know my son is like, Dad, I'm using the analog sticks now, and he's going that way, and like, yeah, okay, I get it. But I'm still the old school using the meter, and you're timing. But dude, buddy, it took me a little bit to get used to, because I'm no longer going on the TV, right, with the PS5 controller. Instead, I'm going with the Portal, which is beaming from my PS5 over to it. And then I'm like, there's a slight delay, so I know now I'm timing it a little bit earlier, and I'm working on a couple of things. I'm like, but it's enough for me to chip away at and go, this could be the future. But at the end of the day, dude, I want to be able to, you got to do the Switch thing, right, and dock it. Problem with the Switch is that the dock version just looks like crap. And that's not what I want to play on, right? I want to play at a 4K resolution. And then now we get rumors of PS5 coming in with an 8K resolution. It's just like, nobody's got a TV that does that yet. Like,
no,
not anybody with a reasonable job that can't afford that stuff. Like, you know what I mean? With an ordinary job, I'm not, the prime minister or something along that line where I can go, yeah, I'll just take this, this, and this. So, yeah, welcome to Canada.
No, if we had that money, it would be a theater to be playing in.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I want the biggest screen. Mortal Kombat characters will be as big as me. Like, let's, right? Like, that's what I want.
Those 4D chairs, yes.
Yes. So, like, the potential, though, dude, if they could drop a new console this year, that would be a massive shakeup ahead of PlayStation, who's only looking, from what we've heard, at a pro version of their console. Is there enough of a leap in tech that it warrants that next generation, right? Because right now, when I take a look at my PS5, going, you guys haven't even tapped the full potential of this yet, and yet we're looking at another mid-gen refresh. Why? Because it's not like you're expanding my hard drive, because you're really not. That's the biggest thing I need personally. That's just me, though, right? Maybe somebody else is like, no, I want more teraflops and this, that, and the other, and ray tracing, and you know what I mean? Which is, if you're into that tech side of it, it makes a lot of sense, but then you're typically a PC gamer. Just saying.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's where you're going for. But when it comes to the battle of the two, because Nintendo does their own thing. You can call them in there, you can say the top three, but Nintendo's off over in, like, right field. They're not out in left field, because I think they really got their stuff together. they're over in right field doing their own thing, and then it's just PlayStation and Xbox going head to head. How does one come over top of the other, where Xbox is like, we're already in the bottom 3? This could be it.
If they're stepping into mobile platform, though, what is Nintendo going to do about it?
That would be an interesting decision from Nintendo to see what they do next, right? Because we also know that rumors Switch 2 is coming next year. So,
yeah,
interesting times, man. Oh, dude, I love this industry. What an industry.